David, how does the ECB wind up retaining a link to inflation without administering a big dose of stimulus to the economy? That is a very fine line that they're going to have to address as they tweak that language and get into July. How do they do that?
Well, let's not forget they're still buying 30 billion of bonds every single month. They'll view the amount of bonds they're buying over the course of, up until the end of September as being equivalent to almost cutting policy rates by 25 basis points, because these bond purchases in themselves are adding additional stimulus into the system. As you say, I mean, things like the euro do matter. I mean, if the euro carries on strengthening, then that will offset the monetary loosening coming through from the bond buying. But the other thing that Mario Draghi will really stress, as they continue to do, is this reinvestment point. Reinvestment has been very powerful in April. It comes through certain key months over the course of coming months, and Mario Draghi will want to have spreads come in further, fingers crossed, still hope that we're right and the eurozone picks up further momentum going into the second half of this year.
Deutsche Bank had an interesting note out that talking about how in terms of corporate bond buying, they have been slowing their purchases since Easter. Do you feel like that's indicative of how the ECB feels about the economy, or is that a scarcity problem?
I wouldn't view it as a scarcity problem. They're sort of opportunists in terms of where they buy, what they buy, and at the end of the day, they'll pick up more bonds on the corporate space if there is more issuance going forward. So that may be part of the story. But at the end of the day, they have quite a lot of flexibility in their programme. It's a very flexible programme, and I wouldn't read too much into what we've seen in recent days or weeks.